Yeah, I mean, our Discord server's got like 7.5 million users, I think. Maybe it's 6, it's something like that. I mean, I think it's one of the biggest gaming Discords in the world. So I guess my answer is like, it's really important. I think like, one of the things we're known for is we are like really receptive to the community. Like, in the beginnings of Grower Garden, I'd host like a weekly stage on Discord where like 10, 20,000 people would show up, and I would just let people join and ask me questions about the game, and sometimes they were really critical, and like I think that sort of like connection with the community was like extremely important to like the initial success of Grower Garden.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of our off-topic interview series. Today I'm super excited to be talking to Jandel. Is that the, do you go by a Roblox name or do you go by?
It's kind of funny. Some people call me Jandel, or some people call me Jansen, and some people call me Jandel. So yeah,
multiple ways.
Yeah, I'm not really picky with it.
Got it. And then so you're the founder of Splitting Point, which is a Roblox studio. Can you talk a little about what Splitting Point does and how, and then your journey into Roblox?
Yeah, so Splitting Point is a studio on Roblox that was founded in 2018, 2017. And it's really just a collection of like extremely talented individuals. There's around 30 or 40 of us. And predominantly we update a game called Grower Garden. So that's pretty much my day to day. I joined Roblox in 2017. I saw it at a birthday party, and they were playing National Disaster Survival. And I just thought it was so hilarious. I downloaded Roblox the next day and I built a game in 2 weeks. So yeah.
That was Bed Wars?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like my biggest game for 3 years.
Wow.
Like, I think I got like completely lucky because I went on to make like 3 years of terrible games. So yeah.
Was the first game, did you get into Roblox because it was successful, or did it not really matter?
Well, I originally joined Roblox because, I mean, one, I thought the platform was like hilarious, but two, I thought it was like the best platform for user acquisition. Like it was like the only platform where you could like get users to play your game.
Right.
And it's funny, like I think that's still like a pillar of what Roblox is today. Like that's the reason I'm still on the platform, is because like you don't have to spend millions of dollars to get people in your game. Like we spent $40 on Grower Garden.
That's
and
incredible.
It's like the biggest game in the world. So it's like, yeah.
Okay, I do want to get to that. But first, because I think if I remember correctly, you used to be running like Minecraft servers.
Yeah. Wait, you've done some research.
But
yeah, this is awesome.
I did a little bit of research. But you decided to switch to Roblox.
Yeah.
Like, what was the difference between the two? I think maybe you alluded to it with the user acquisition. But yeah, what was the difference in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I was making Minecraft servers like when I was in high school up until I was around 21, and Minecraft made some like pretty restrictive policy changes where it was like pretty hard to run a business like on these servers, and that's kind of what drove me off the platform.
Okay, got it. So you mentioned this thing about user acquisition on Roblox, and I think you had mentioned in a different interview as well that like the discovery mechanism that Roblox provided was really, really good. Right? Can you talk a little bit more about that? Because I think most people, when they think about platforms, they think like, oh, like I need to put in a ton of advertisement dollars, I need to do X, Y, Z, I need to talk to influencers. Yeah, can you talk a little bit about the user acquisition process there? Yeah,
so when I first joined, it was just based on like concurrent users. So if your game had the most users, it was like the highest in the sorts. But these days it's based on like an algorithm. And I think Roblox are pretty transparent about it. It's just good playtime. And honestly, it's like kind of funny, like I barely even think about it. Like I think the great thing about Roblox is if you just focus on building a great game or a good game, and a lot of that stuff just like works itself out.
Interesting. I think, so I've heard from a few Roblox creators that the general kind of playbook is to run some ads at the beginning, get some amount of users to be able to then get feedback on how good the game is. Is that the same with how you run things? Is it different?
Yeah, I think I'm in a privileged position. I think like any game I make, like people come check out, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'd recommend that. Like it doesn't even have to be a lot. $5, $10. Like I'm sure that could be helpful.
Got it. I think in another, I think it was a podcast episode, you had mentioned that some of the because you have multiple Discord groups, you have multiple communities, but like sometimes cross-posting on them, you obviously do that, but it doesn't result in a lot of users coming in. Has that kind of changed? Because you mentioned people do follow you now. So yeah, does building an audience, does that work on Roblox? Because I've heard from a few people that it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, our Discord server's got like 7.5 million users, I think. Maybe it's 6, it's something like that. I mean, I think it's one of the biggest gaming Discords in the world. So I guess my answer is like, it's really important. I think like one of the things we're known for is we are like really receptive to the community. Like in the beginnings of Grower Garden, I'd host like a weekly stage on Discord where like 10, 20,000 people would show up, and
Wow.
I would just let people join and ask me questions about the game. And sometimes they were really critical. And like, I think that sort of like connection with the community was like extremely important to like the initial success of Grow a Garden, and still is today. I'm like really known for, I'll make TikTok videos I'll like apologize when I have a terrible idea that I want to implement that no one likes. So yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
Got it. So the lifespan of games on Roblox tends not to be very long. Some of them, have been around for like 5 years, 7 years, but most aren't super long. Do you expect that to continue? And it's like, how do you kind of view, are you building games that last, years, or are you okay with it lasting kind of months?
I mean, I think it's not just Roblox, it's just the video games in general. Like, you see it all the time. Like, why do you think Activision makes a new Call of Duty every year? Why does FIFA come out with a new FIFA game? Like, that's just the games industry in general. I think what we've noticed with our games is we'll have a big peak and then it will return to like a baseline user base, which is like, for example, Dusty Trip peaked at 580,000 players and now it sits around 10 to 20,000. And we actually, last weekend, we peaked at like 38,000, one of our updates. And like, that's a super healthy game. Like, in fact, it's like a few million daily active users. Like, it's actually huge. So I think it's easy to see the peaks and then the falls, but like, these games usually like return to a baseline that's like pretty sustainable. If you continue to update them, of course. If you stop updating your game, like no one's going to play it.
Is that generally true? If you just stop updating, eventually it'll just die out?
For most games, there are some games on the platform that I just consider the designers brilliant. Like, I'm not a good enough designer to make that.
What would be like an example of?
Oh yeah, like there's lots, like Bee Swarm Simulator. That's like one of my favorite games. Like work at a pizza place.
Got it.
They got a lot of emergent gameplay and just great design. Yeah.
So I think you mentioned before that world building is difficult on Roblox, and you almost maybe don't try it too much because I think. So can you talk about the reasoning behind that? Like, is that going to change in the future of having more kind of a story narrative? Like, how do you kind of view that?
Yeah, I would kind of compare it to like a platform like YouTube. Like you've got 10 minutes on YouTube to build a world and build a story, and it can't be as in depth as a 2-hour movie. And I think Roblox is similar. Funny enough, I think I don't know when I said that. I think it was maybe a year ago or two, and I think part of that has actually changed for me.
Oh, okay.
I think Grow a Garden, there's not a lot of world building in that game, but for example, like Dusty Trip, we did build like a little bit of a narrative, and people kind of got attached to that. So I think my opinion's like slightly shifted.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously you're not building some crazy in-depth storyline. Yeah.
And Roblox is changing as a platform. There's new users coming in all the time, so things will change over time. As of this moment, that might run true. In terms of Grow Garden, I think famous story. You acquired it from a user. It didn't have a lot of users, and you guys made a ton of really big improvements on it. What's kind of the difference between you guys building kind of experiences yourself versus going out and acquiring? Because you've acquired several.
Yeah, I mean, I just like making games, and I know that's sort of a fluffy answer, but yeah, truly, someone came to me and they're like, hey, would you like to work on Grow a Garden? And I just said yes, and the original creator still works on the game with us, and they're super brilliant. So I don't necessarily think it's like a business strategy where we're like, let's go acquire games. It's like, I'm just part of the community, and sometimes people have cool projects that I get interested in. I still really like making games. For example, some of the updates in Grow a Garden are just features I built for another game that I never released. So there's stuff like that happens. Yeah.
Do you have a list of features and games kind of in the back of your head or somewhere? And then is this a timing thing of okay, maybe now's the meta to build this type of game with this type of feature? Or is it, how do you kind of view kind of game building?
Yeah, I think there's macro trends on the platform. You'll see certain genres of games doing well or certain features doing well. I mean, for example, the whole idea of persistent offline was new for Roblox, and now you see that all over the platform, which is awesome.
Everybody ends up copying the most popular things. Do you do that as well, or because Grow a Garden was also obviously different, and you can make the argument that if you keep doing things that are popular, then it won't be as popular, right? So do you kind of focus on building new things and different things, or
I think a lot of the platforms iterative. There's everything in a way is a spiritual successor. Even Grow a Garden, there's a game like Fish. There's elements of Fish, which is a game about catching fish, and, that are in Grow a Garden. So it's it is iterative and yeah, like that's like a big part of the platform too. So I don't necessarily see it as like cloning or copying, like. And I think that's like one of the beautiful things of the platform. I think that's why when you look at it from the outside in, like there's these weird like esoteric genres, because like it's just been like incremental improvements on the previous game over years and years and years, and that's how you get these like really cool like completely different like concepts that you don't see like in broader gaming. Yeah.
Got it. So Roblox announced Moments most recently, which is essentially a short form video where you can capture kind of moments and then you can share it on this platform. How do you kind of view it? Do you view it as another way for more people to discover your games, or how do you kind of plan to utilize that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll use it. I mean, I'm huge on TikTok. I like make TikTok videos all the time, and I'm just like sitting there yapping, and it's really cool. Like you think about Roblox, it's like there are like real cultural moments that like kind of transcend the platform, and I could see it happening on Roblox Moments too, where like certain like memes come out of that like platform, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah. Because I think like in kind of the YouTube, like TikTok worlds, right? Like you see a lot of clip farms, or essentially people who, who are successful partially because there's a lot of people who does a lot of clipping for them. Do you kind of see that happen to Roblox in the future as well, or not so much, because the discovery platform is already good enough?
Like, I honestly have no idea. Like, I'm a little confused. Like, I'm not super like on the YouTube short stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people like they have either fans clip a ton of stuff for them, or they hire essentially clip farmers, right? And so they essentially flood the feeds with their content. Do you think something similar might happen to Roblox, or not so much?
I don't think so. Like, I think what will probably end up just happening is people will just like capture funny moments or like little cool like parts of games that they like. And I mean, off the top of my head, I don't even know how you could clip something and upload it to Moments, because you have to take it in game. So I'm not sure that would be possible.
In terms of like branded experiences, obviously I think you've worked with brands before. What do you think makes it difficult to work with a brand, and what brands have you worked with that have been incredible to work with?
Yeah, the way I describe it is I don't think it's the brand that's difficult to work with. I think it's maybe me. Like I'm pretty creative and like a little bit loose. So we worked with Sesame Street, and like they basically just let me do what I wanted, and like that was awesome.
I mean, but maybe that's the point. It's maybe to let the creator kind of live kind of freely with the IP that they own.
Yeah, maybe. Like I don't know if there's like there's multiple ways to skin a cat, I guess. But like I think I personally don't work with a ton of brands. Like mostly just things I'm interested in. Like if I see a brand that I like or like think is like cool, like I'd love to work with them. That's basically my criteria. Yeah, I'd kind of describe myself as a bit of a creative, so yeah.
Got it. How much Roblox do you still play today?
Yeah, like heaps. I mean, I think like there's two things really. Like, I don't think I'm like necessarily like this creative genius or like a visionary, and like I just think I played the most Roblox games and failed the most, and I think that's like why I've done so well. So yeah, I play a lot of Roblox.
When do you know when a game has failed? Do you kind of intuitively know it, or
Oh, I mean, like I've made heaps of flops. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Like I've been thinking about this a lot recently. Like with the success of Grower Garden, like what is a failure to me?
Right.
Because in 2019, like I would have been happy with 1 million plays or 20 million plays, and I like, would I be happy with that now? I think about it a lot. Like a bit of an existential question, I guess.
Right. The expectation has changed.
Yeah.
And then obviously these things have changed, will change over time. But what's kind of your current favorite game to play beyond Grow Garden? None of your games.
Yeah.
And then what's a game? Is there a game you keep going back to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my current, I play like 99 Nights. That's a good game, and it's like rightfully at the front right now, which is awesome. I also play, I mean, I always come back to Bee Swarm Simulator. Like that game is like actually good.
Okay,
Like, like I've probably played that game for like 30 hours, which is like a lot for me. Like that's more than probably like some games I've got in my Steam library.
Yeah, I mean, I think the average like session that a user plays on one experience is like 10 minutes, right? Something around that. So like 30 hours is a pretty insane amount of time.
Grinding.
Yeah.
Actually, I play my game. This is also super vain, but I play my game that I made called Black of Hell. So when I'm in a meeting, it's like I kind of designed the game to be like sort of like just kind of turn your brain off and like bike through like an obstacle course. So yeah, I actually may have 100 hours in that, where I just like sit in meetings and I play it. Yeah, it's super fun. It's super vain.
No, I mean, you got to play your own game to kind of see what it's like. So how many people on the team at Splitting Points right now?
Yeah, I think we got around 30 or 40.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
we started like 3-4 months ago. We maybe had 15. So,
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And then are most of them kind of focused on Grow Garden? Like,
Yeah.
And then is the plan from here on for it to like really focus on Grow Garden for now, or like are you going to keep making new games?
I mean, I think ultimately, like, that's my passion. I love making games, but also, like, I think I have like a bit of an obligation to grow a garden to like turn it into something bigger than it is. So yeah, I mean, the focus right now is like grow a garden, and I still sometimes will like crank out like just a little project in a couple of hours just to, I don't know, keep it fresh. But yeah, main focus is grow a garden.
Do you think the development cycles for games for you have changed, especially as kind of expectations have changed over time? Do you almost want to spend more time building games, or do you want to test it out faster? What's kind of the process?
Yeah, I've always kind of like released games early and like not polished them, and I think in the last few months, like I've been like, maybe like, if I release the next project, I'd like want it to be like polished and clean, and yeah. So I guess so. Yeah, the answer is yes.
Got it. Because I think a lot of like entrepreneurs, for example, fall into, it's almost a trap where like you want to be too polished at the start, but then it's like it's too much, right? So it's always a hard balance. So I think you've been to Japan before.
Yeah, heaps.
Okay, so heaps. Okay.
Yeah.
What favorite things about Japan? It can be Roblox related, it can be non-Roblox related. Yeah.
I mean, I love like Hiroshima actually.
Oh, okay.
I love like Miyajima Island.
Oh, Miyajima's amazing.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of where I like, grew up in New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
So like I love visiting there.
Is it the view? Is it like the?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the view. Like is it the Sento Inland Sea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. When I was in Japan last, I was trying to rent a boat to like drive around, but every time I called up, like I had pretty bad Japanese.
Okay, so you're gonna have to contact us next time, and we'll set it up for you.
Thank goodness. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and you've been to Japan a bunch of times, you said?
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5. Yeah.
Okay, what's one thing in Japan that doesn't exist here or in New Zealand that you would want to bring?
Oh, convenience stores, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, those are sick. I like basically like live off those when I'm over there. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
Well, Jandel, thank you for your time today. It's incredible speaking to you, and best of luck on Grow a Garden and your coming games.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Thank you.